I have just arrived at the Mogollon Rim, which is a 200-mile-long escarpment in central Arizona. The elevations range from 4,000 to 7,000 feet, and the national forests include Coconino, Tonto, and the Apache sitgreaves. I wanted to stop and share the gorgeous view with you. Because of its moderate temperature, it serves as a respite from the low desert heat. It is a recreation dream. And if you like to snow ski, there's a wonderful ski resort here as well. So all your bases are covered for recreation. I have arrived at Fool's Hollow Campground and Fool's Hollow Lake. It's a beautiful area. The lake is kind of low because of the lack of snow over the last few winters. Their slow level's been pretty low. But it's a 150-acre lake and lots of good fishing. There are many people up and down the banks fishing, so it must be pretty good. And they have trout, bass, and catfish in the lake. It's 150 acres, and there are 20 campsites here, but they're all tent sites, and there are no hookups. So that's what I usually look for, and I enjoy my time when I'm out like this. When I travel, I have a little travel buddy that goes with me. Her name is Misty. She's 15 years old, and she's been with me her whole life. Misty Blue. She's a dear friend of mine. I put Misty in the bug tent. The tent is attached to the back of the car. It's made specifically for the hatchback. Easy for me to install. And during the day I can sit in there and the bugs don't bother me. In the evening time I can put a little heavier cover on, which keeps us nice and cozy. I have a bed in the back of my car, and I cook outside with either my cooktop or with a campfire. So it works out very well for me. We're going to be heading down to a trail here pretty soon. Just wanted to let you see the campsite. What a beautiful trail. And a nice lake as well. I think this trail's okay for old people, so I'm going to give it a shot. Nice incline, not too tough. Of course, going down is easy. It's the coming back up that's the hard part. We'll see. I wanted to come down here because I've been sitting up at my campsite looking through my binoculars, and I saw a river otter or lake otter, whatever. I think they're called river otters. Anyway, sitting down here on a rock. But he's too far away to get a good photograph, so thought I'd hike down, see if I can see him down here. There's some Canadian geese down there on the shore. Anyway, I don't do much of this anymore. I used to hike a lot. In fact, did some hikes on the Crest Trail. Went up into Canada, hiked all the way down to near Winthrop, Washington State. It was about 50 miles, 60 miles. And then another year, hiked all the way from that point down to Stehekin, which is at the head of Lake Chelan. And then we were able to catch the ferry out of there. But anyway, those were some long hikes and many, many blisters. My first hike, I had 23 blisters on my feet. And then I learned a nice little trick about hiking, particularly if you have sensitive feet. Take 2 or 3 pairs of shoes with you and trade off so that your shoes are not rubbing your feet in the same place all the time. Once I did that, I had no more problem with blisters. Life's lessons, huh? Well, I'm almost down to the lakeshore. Here's a nice picture of the lake. Some people with an umbrella down there. I guess they're fishing. You ask me, why do I want to do this at my age? And, you know, people just ask you questions like that. Why do you want to do that at your age? Well, as they say, age is a number. But it's also aches and pains and disabilities and some things like that. I don't have any disabilities, which I'm grateful for. I have plenty of aches and pains. But I don't want to sit home all the time. What time I have left, I would like to see some adventure in it. And so, consequently, I do things like this. By the way, here's the Yorkster. Can you see her? Let me turn the camera around. She is in a pouch, like a baby kangaroo. I don't know how I'll edit that, but anyway. Okay, here we are. It's beautiful up here in north central Arizona. A lot of people, when they think of Arizona, they don't think of these beautiful pine trees. They think of cactus and the giant saguaros that we're so proud of. But there are elements of and areas of Arizona that have beautiful forests. And I'm enjoying this area. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, I'm going to shut the camera down and see if I can spot the little otter. This rock formation is called Rim Rock. You read a lot about it in Western novels. Well, this whole area is surrounded by Rim Rock. Okay, so we're on what they call the Mogollon Trail, or not trail. We're on the Mogollon Rim. A lot of people call it Mogollon, some people call it Mogollon. Anyway, there's a lot of beautiful rock formations here. And this is just an example of some of them. Louis L'Amour wrote a lot about the Mogollon Trail. Another beautiful spot on the lake. I did not see the otter, so he probably smelled me coming, which is probably easy to do after a few days of camping. Just saying. I couldn't let a good bench go to waste. I'm getting ready to head back up the trail and back to my campsite. So one last look of the lake before we head out. And I'll rest myself in the meantime. I am at Big Lake, which is not too far, 20 or 30 miles out of Show Low. And I'll show you the lake in just a minute, but some of these meadows are just gorgeous. Excuse my unsteady hand there. Clouds are pretty today. It's just a beautiful place out here. I didn't expect there to be as many campers here as there are, but It is, it's pretty well packed out. They do have a sign up here that says campsites available, so I guess they're not quite all booked out, but a lot of traffic in here. I don't know if you can see it. That's the launching facility for the lake. And then the lake is full of boaters. I'm assuming it's good fishing from all of the boats that are floating around. The lake is bigger than it looks. It has all of these little coves. You can see how this lake is down too from the bare banks. Should be full at this time of year after the spring runoff. Well, looks like the sun is coming out. Looking at the lake through the aspen trees. Pretty crowded today, but then this is a national holiday. It's Memorial Day. There's the little country store with the flags flying. This will give you a little bit better idea of how large Big Lake is. It's not huge, but it's a nice sized lake and really draws a lot of visitors, especially on a holiday like today. We aren't too far from their ski area here. They have the second tallest mountain in Arizona is here, not too far from Big Lake. Thank you for joining us on my camping trip to north central Arizona on the Mogollon Rim. I've enjoyed myself, and I hope that you will come with me next time.